Hospital patients awaiting spots in long-term care homes can be moved to a home not of their choosing up to 150 kilometers away. Under the recently passed Bill 7, patients can be charged $400 a day if they refuse to be moved. Patients in southern Ontario can be moved up to 70 kilometers from where they live, while those in the north can be sent 150 kilometers away starting next week. The policies only apply to patients who are awaiting discharge from hospital. The move is a bid to free up hospital beds amid temporary closures and a surgical backlog.
The $400 was really a conversation about making sure that it is a consistent dollar value. As I said, we have hospitals and there is quite a range right now. So we wanted to make sure that there was a consistency in place. We chose the $400 because we believe it is enough of a concern for people to have those challenging conversations with the placement coordinators, to make the effort as a family to have the conversations about where do we want our loved one as they travel through their next journey.
On CP24, Chanel Call joins us live this morning with more on this story. And Chanel, this is all in an effort to alleviate the pressure on the hospital system, but many long-term care advocates and perhaps families of loved ones in hospitals are not on par with this.
That's right. The goal, the government says, of Bill 7 here is really to alleviate some of the pressure on Ontario's hospital sector. But some of the questions we're hearing is whether or not that's really possible, whether it's ethically possible as well. We're hearing from long-term care home advocates as well as from opposition party leaders, many of them saying that they're concerned this may negatively impact Ontario seniors. There are two really big issues they see here. The first is geographical. They're worried that some of these people may need to travel much, much farther away from their families, and that could have a negative impact on those patients. The second issue here is the financial component of this, that potential $400 penalty. Here's more.
I think it's absolutely terrible. This bill should be revisited so we can get rid of it. We didn't have committee hearings. Do you imagine allowing the committee hearings, allowing your family, I don't know who's been involved with long-term, coming to committee and talking about their parents or their grandparents, their mother-in-law, their father-in-law, about long-term care and why they need to be close? Now you're asking them to go 70 kilometers. If you're in the north, they're saying 150. You're looking at an hour to 2.5 hour drive to go see a loved one. It's wrong in the richest province in Ontario.
Hospitals are required to use the threat of a $400 a day hospital bill to coerce patients to go to a long-term care, not of their long-term care home, not of their choosing, possibly far away from their families. And the government talks a lot about what's happening in emergency rooms, and that's very serious. The staffing challenges are very serious. They're not any better in our long-term care homes, and they're worse. And a lot of that is because of Bill 124.
And Jennifer, important to mention, this piece of legislation was passed without any public consultation. All opposition parties voted against it. And coming up at 11 o'clock this morning, interim Ontario NDP leader Peter Tabuns will be holding a news conference calling for MPPs to return to Queen's Park to discuss Ontario's ongoing healthcare crisis. Again, that will happen at 11 o'clock. We'll take you live to Queen's Park when that begins. Back to you.
Okay, we'll be watching for that. Chanel Call reporting live this morning. Thank you.